Beverly, can you talk about your Made Here showcase, about the artwork and kind of what you hope passerbys might get out of it as they stroll through the Skyway?
Okay, my showcase is called From My Side of the Table. From My Side of the Table, and it is a showcase of 3 chairscapes. They are chairs that have been augmented or added to. 2 of them were found in the back of a theater and just in a pile of junk, and I said, wow, these are really great. And then one of them is the result of a gift of someone who had an old chair in her garage. And she said, oh, you do chair things, here, you can have this one. So the first one is called African American Queen for a Day, and it is my attempt to take what might be normally called women's work and sort of elevate it to a higher plane. And so it has an individually inspired diagram and drawing on the seat, because that's what the women in that part of southern Africa do. They decorate their homes and the walls around their compounds with the designs that they come up with on their own using very bright colors. And then the other one, the second one, is called What Do We Know of Africa? And in that I have layers of plexiglass that have collages of scenes of places in Africa. Some like safaris, which everybody knows about, some with children that appear to be starving, some that are war kinds of things, and then others that show people celebrating, doing cultural things, to show that if we look past just the highlights, if we look past the headlines, we can find out more things. And then we don't just think of Africa as one place and one kind of place, but then we start to look at the individual countries, the individual people, and the kinds of things that make it very unique. And then the last one is called Black Hair Chair, and it is a sort of a conglomeration of how black women in particular, and women in general, see themselves and the way others see them. And one thing about black women is their hair seems to draw a lot of attention. So that one is composed of colorful African fabric, but it has dreads, it has locks, it has afro, it has straightened, it has colored, it has braided. So it's got all of that on it and in it, so that we know that, hey, there's a variety of ways to express oneself, and there's not just one way. Right.
What motivated you to be part of this Made Here project? How did you find out about it?
Like any artist, let me see, I saw the call for art. I don't remember exactly where it was, but like any artist, it's like, oh, here's an opportunity to exhibit, because otherwise, if no one purchases the art, or if I don't, if you don't have it in a gallery or somewhere, then I create it and it stays in my home. So I saw the call and I thought, the chairs were made at 3 different times for 3 different kind of art shows or iterations, and I thought, oh, here's an opportunity to show them together and to maybe just look at what kinds of themes are running through my art, the art, the art that I produce. And so that's what happened. So I sent in my proposal, and I guess a panel of people looked at it and said, okay, we'll let you do this.
And what do you think about the project as a whole? Having all of these, vacant window displays that are now filled with art all throughout downtown.
Well, I think it is a wonderful thing, because I think blank space is probably not as attractive as space with something in it. I don't know a lot about the real estate and the renting of spaces downtown, but in any sort of major urban center, those kinds of empty spaces, then, you know, kind of cry out for something. How are you going to attract someone to rent a space? Well, hey, if you put a really nice work of art in the front of that space, and hopefully someone stops and looks at the art also, but maybe says, hey, this space is also for lease and maybe it could do for something. So I think the idea of giving an artist an opportunity to exhibit, which we all would love to have, and giving a wider audience, I mean all of the people that are downtown, a wider audience access to that art, and then hopefully guiding someone who might want some space to a space.
So great. Well, thank you, Beverly. Is there anything else you'd like to say about this project or other artwork projects that you're working on?
I am not working on anything right now, but I am very grateful to Hennepin Theater Trust and all the other city planners and all the people that decided to do this and put it together. It was a wonderful send-off. I've been treated very kindly. I am very happy with the my showcase and the showcase of other artists, friends of mine. They seem to be very, you know, just very professionally and lovingly installed, and I'm hoping that a lot more people know that there are really some great artists in
Exactly, and these videos hopefully help get the word out too.
All right, I hope so.
All right, thanks, Beverly. Thank you for your time.
You're so very welcome.